We are going to start with the inheritance in Java programming. So let's see what is this inheritance. So inheritance means mechanism to create a new class from an existing class. So new class we call it as a child class, and existing class we call it as a parent class. Existing class means it is a base class, and a new class which will be formed from that base class we call it as a derived class. So the basic concept of the inheritance is we are going to create a new class from the existing class. This means already we are going to have one class. From that one class we are going to create another new class, and that concept we call it as a inheritance. Now, this inheritance supports a reusability. So, reusability is the major property of the inheritance. This means reusability means what? We are using the same property or the properties which is already in an existing class, that we are using it into a new class. So instead of writing again or deriving again the new things, we just take some things from a previously class into a new class. So we call it as an reusability. So this inheritance supports the concept of reusability. Now, for example, when we want to create a new class, and if there is already a class that includes some code that we want, so we can derive a new class from the existing class. So the process of obtaining the data member and a methods from one class to another class, we call it as a inheritance. So some data members and the methods which were already declared in a class, that we are taking it into a new class, then we call it as a inheritance. This means some properties of new class or a child class which is coming from an existing class or a parent class. This is the concept of inheritance. We are inheriting some properties from base class to a derived class. Base class means my existing class, or we call it as a parent class, and my new class we call it as a child class or derived class. So if we are taking something from the other class, then there is a relationship between that class. So what is this is a relationship? We are going to see it in detail. The only thing is, when you want to take something from a previously class, then you need to use a keyword called as extend. Okay, so extend keyword is used to inherit the features from the other class. So you want to take something from a parent class into a child class, then compulsory we have to use a keyword called as extends. Okay, extends keyword is used to inherit the features. So this is the basic concept of inheritance. So let's take an example. Now in this slide, you might be seeing one image. Now in that image, there are parents and a child. So parents, whatever the surname of the parents will be, that will be same applicable to the child, right? Or the child's surname will be changing? No. Parent, whatever the surname parents having, same surname child will be also having, right? This means the child is inheriting some features of parents. Or let's take another example. Suppose there is a parent's property. Okay, so that property is automatically will be given to his or her child. So this means some features or some properties of the parent class will be coming to child class. This means the child class or a derived class is taking some properties from the base class. So here the base class is the parent class and the derived class will be the child class. Now, the class whose features are inherited, we call it as a base class or parent class. Means from the new class is taking from the previous class, that is the base class or existing class. We call that class as a super class. Okay, so super class means the class whose features are inherited. We can call it as a base class also or a parent class also. Base class and parent class is nothing but the super class. And the new class, the class that inherits other class, means the class who is taking something from the other class. That class, new class, is also called as a derived class or child class or subclass. So subclass will inherit the features from superclass. So this is the concept of inheritance. Now there is another one example. Now see in the image, there is one animal class. Okay. So in the animal class, we have a method called as eat and sleep. Two methods I have in the class animal. So this animal class I will consider as my base class. So let me consider this animal class as a base class. I will just write B. So animal class is my base class and that class have a function called as eat and sleep. Now we know that base class is nothing but the parent class and it is also called as super class. Okay. Now I have taken one another class. I'm creating one another class and that class I called it as a derived class. Okay. So I have mentioned here D. So that derived class is now named as dog. See what I'm saying is my base class is animal and my derived class is dog. Now dog have a feature. Dog has his own feature of bark. Okay. The dog have his own feature named as bark. But this dog also eat and sleep, right? This dog also eat and sleep. So what we will do, instead of writing again the same methods in dog class, what I will do, I will copy the features from animal class. This means I will inherit the features of eat and sleep from animal class into a dog class. So that what I am doing, I am reusing this eat and sleep method. I am reusing this eat and sleep method into the dog class. So this is the concept of reusability into the inheritance. So the new class, that is dog class, it has its own features like bark method. His own method is that bark method. Okay, but he is also taking the features of animal like eat and sleep. So instead of writing again that same features into the dog class, what I did is I will take the features of eat and sleep from the animal class. So if you are taking something from other class, then we call it as a inheritance. So inheritance is the nothing but it is a mechanism to take the features of one class into the another class or to create a new class from existing class. Now in this case my existing class is animal and I have created a new class called as dog. So let's derive one more class. Now I want to derive a class from animal. I want to create one another class cat. Okay, what I have to do, tell me. So what I did, I have taken one class named as cat. Now in that cat there is a method called as meow. I'm deriving one more class, and inside that I'm writing one method. Okay. So I've written one method meow inside the cat class. Now you tell me, cat class, like cat also eat and sleep, right? The cat, animal cat also eat and sleep. So what the class will do now? Whether we have to write it again or what? Now this cat has its own method. Now he will inherit the features from animal class. He will inherit the features from animal class, which is eat and sleep. So total how many features will be now in the cat class? There will be three features. One is meow and two others are eat and sleep, which is inherited from animal class. So there will be three methods or three features in a class called as cat. So this is the concept of inheritance. Now this cat class, we call it as a subclass or derived class or child class. And this class animal, we call it as a superclass or base class or parent class. And when we are deriving the new class and inheriting the features of base class, this concept we call it as a inheritance. Okay, so this is the concept of inheritance. Now we say that inheritance represents the is a relationship, also known as parent-child relationship. So inheritance is a parent-child relationship, or we can call it as a is a relationship. So let's take one example of is a relationship. Now I have a class called as person. Okay, I have a class called as person, and that person class have a property as name, age, gender, eat and walk. Now this name, age, gender are my data members. Okay, name, age, gender are my data members, whereas this eat and walk is my member function. This is data members and this is member function, eat and walk. So this person class, I will call it as a base class. Now I have another three class. One is student class, then there is teacher class and doctor class. So three class I have created. Student class, teacher class, doctor class. Now student is also a person, teacher is also a person, and doctor is also a person. Student will also have name, age, gender, he can eat and walk. Whereas teacher also have its name, age, gender, and he also eat and walk. Similarly, doctor also have name, age, gender, and he can eat and walk. So what I will be doing, I will inherit the features of person class into the student class. I will inherit the features of person class into teacher class. Similarly, I will inherit the features of person class into doctor class. And what I will do in the student class, I will define its own unique features like program and study year and study and held exam. So program and study year will be the data members, whereas study and held exam will be the member function. Now the student will have total 5 data members. as student will inherit the features of person class. So there will be 5 data members: name of the student, age of the student, gender, program and study year. So there will be 5 data members. Similarly, there will be 4 member functions: eat, walk, study, held an exam, because we are inheriting the features of person class. Similarly, for the teacher class have its own data member and member function, that is designation, salary, teach and take exam. But teacher also have name, age, gender, and he can eat and walk. So what we are doing? We are inheriting the features of person class into teacher class. So total there will be 5 data members: name, age, gender, designation and salary. Similarly, there will be 4 member functions in the teacher class. Now, in the doctor class, doctor is also a person. So we, as we say, is a relationship. So is a relationship means what? Doctor is a person. So is a, right? It is in the inheritance. It is a relationship. So doctor is a person, teacher is a person, student is a person. So similarly, in the doctor class, we are inheriting the features of person class into doctor class. Like person class is a parent class and the other 3 classes are the child class. So in this doctor class, we are inheriting name, age, gender from the person class into the doctor class, and doctor class has its own unique features, that is designation and salary. And similarly, he has its own member functions also, and we are inheriting the same functions. So this concept, we call it as a is a relationship or parent child relationship. So inheritance is also nothing but is a relationship or parent child relationship. Now next come why to use inheritance. As in the first slide also we have seen, the main purpose of inheritance is reuse. Like in the previous example, we are reusing the properties like name, age and gender. Okay, see, these properties we are reusing in all the 3 class: student class, teacher class and doctor class. So similarly, we reuse the properties, so we call it as a reusability. So we can easily add new class by inheriting from existing class. So instead of deriving the same properties again and again into new class, what we do? We take it from a existing class and only the new functionalities of that class, child class, we derived it. So selecting an existing class closer to the desired functionality is important in inheritance. Then we have to create a new class and inherit it from a selected class, and then we can add or modify to that new class. So like in the previous example, we inherit the features of person class and we add it, the new features of that student class into that student class. So we can add or modify whatever we want into the student class. Now suppose I don't want age. Okay, I don't want age property. So that is also fine. We only inherit the name and gender without taking age. So whatever you want, that part only you can take it from a previous class or base class. It is not necessary that every property you have to inherit, but whatever you require, that only you have to take it from a base class. And then you can add or modify the inherited functionality. That means in the derived class or in the subclass, we can add or modify whatever we want. So this is the simple use of inheritance. Now, next part is we are going to see types of inheritance. So in Java programming, there are total 5 types of inheritance. First is single inheritance. Second is multi-level inheritance. Third is hierarchical inheritance. Fourth is multiple inheritance. And fifth is hybrid inheritance. So these are the types of inheritance. So let's see one by one these types of inheritance. The first is single inheritance. So let's see what is the single inheritance. When a class extends another one class, only then we call it as a single inheritance. Means what? Now see, in the figure, there is one A class, class A. And that class, we call it as a base class, parent class, or super class. Now, from that class A, only one class is derived. That is called as class B. There is only one class, one single class will be derived from class A. If this is so, then we call it as a single inheritance. Only one class is deriving from the another class or the previous class. Then that concept we call it as a single inheritance. Now, how to take that features of class 1 from class 2? Now, this class A features I want into class B, so we will use a keyword called as extends. So we will say that class B extends class A. This means class B is inheriting the features of class A. So this concept we call it as a inheritance, single inheritance. So let me show you with the example. Now see, here in the single inheritance example, as I said, class B is inheriting the features of class A. So the syntax will be, first we have to declare a class A. Okay, so first we will take one class A. Now I will declare another class B and I want to take the features of class A. So I'm writing extends A. Extends is the keyword in Java programming and A is the previous class. That means class B wants to take the features from class A. So this is the simple example of single inheritance. Let me take one example of single inheritance. So I'm taking one class named as student, and inside that student class I'm taking the name and roll number. Okay, I have taken name and roll number inside that class. Now I'm taking one function called as void get data, and inside that get data I just want to take or display the uh, answer of that. So first let me create a scanner class. So I have created a scanner class, and as we are using a scanner class, so I'm importing java.util.star. Okay, so in the scanner class, I'm just informing the student to enter name and roll number. Now I want to take the name and roll number from the user. So I'm writing sc dot next int. Similarly for name, I will write sc dot next. Okay, so this I have taken from a user. Okay, so this is my one class, simple class student. Now another class I am taking called as result. Now in that result class, I want the name and the roll number of that student. So instead of again writing in roll number, string name, what I will do, I will extend the features of result class, student class into result class. So how to take the name and roll number into a result class? Simply write extends student. Okay, extend student. Now here I will take one another function called as display, and inside that I'm writing in the void display function, I'm writing branch, or I want to take it the branch from user. So I'm declaring one more int string branch. Okay, and I'm taking that from user. So branch is equal to sc dot next. See, what I did is I have just taken one display function, and in that display function I have just written enter branch. Okay, so here my second class is closed. Now I want to display inside the display function I want to display the name, roll number and branch of that student. So I'm displaying branch, then I'm displaying name. Now we already know name is declared into the previous class, but here I am displaying the name because I have inherited the features of previous class into this class. Okay, so here in the display function I have just displayed the name, roll number, branch, and name and roll number I have taken in the previous class from the user input. Okay, now I will take one another class called as demo. Okay, I have taken one another class called as demo, and then in that I have written a main statement. Now I need to create an object of class. So whose object I need to create? The derived class object. So derived class object name is result. So I'm creating an object of class called as result. And with the help of that object, I'm calling a function of that result class, which is display function. Okay, so this is my class. I will save this as demo.java because demo is the name of my main function. See, again what I did is I have taken one class called as student. Now this student class is my base class or super class or parent class. In that student class I have taken roll number and name. So in the get data function, I have taken as a user input role and name, role and name. And then I have taken one another class called as result. That class I will call it as a derived class or parent class. Now I want to take name and roll number again into that result class. So instead of writing again, what I did, I just inherited the features from student class. How I did that? Class result extends student. Now in that result class, I have taken one string branch and then I have displayed everything in display function. Then I have taken one new class, that is my main class, and inside that I have just created an object of derived class and I have given a call to the derived class method. Now let's run this code. It is asking enter branch. I have to enter CAC. Now, okay, just a minute. In this, before r dot display, I'm displaying r dot get data also. Okay, get data is the function of class student. See, get data is the function of class student. Okay, that also I'm accessing with the help of object created by result class. So we'll run this. It is asking enter name and roll number. Okay, wait. First we have taken roll number and then name. Yes, now it is saying enter branch. So it is displaying branch CSE, name Sharwali, roll number 1. So this is the simple example of single inheritance. I hope you have understood this. Now see this one also. Class A. Okay, class A is the base class. Then void display base is one function of the base class. Inside that I have just printed this is a base class. Then I want to extend that class from A. So class B extends A, and in the class B there is one another method called as display derived, and inside that I have written this is a derived class. Okay, this is a simple example of single inheritance I am showing. Class A have a method called as display base. Class B have a method called as display derived. Now I have extend the keyword. I have written extend keyword. Okay, extends A. So in the main class called as class final, what I have did, I have created an object of derived class, that is my base class, and I have given a call to display base and display derived method. So this display derived method is from class A and display base method is from class A and display derived method is from class B. But with the help of B object, I have called both the methods. So this is the simple example of single inheritance. Again, this is also one example of single inheritance. See, in this example, a class is taken called as human and then there is one method called as void work and void it. Now another class is taken engineer, and it is extend from class human. Then I have created another class called as doctor, and that also extended from human. So two class I have taken, engineer and doctor, and both the class I have taken from a human. Then I have created a object of doctor class and engineer class and given a call to the respective methods. So this is also one function or one example. Now the second type is, first type we have seen single inheritance. So next is multi-level inheritance. So if there is more than one class, derived class, okay, that concept we call it as a multi-level. Now this means, suppose there is one class A called as base class. One class is deriving the features of another class. So class A is there and class B is there and class C is there. Now class C is deriving the features of class B and class B is deriving the features of class A. So if this is the flow, then we call it as a multi-level inheritance. For example, grandfather is giving his property to father and father is giving property to son. Then this type of flow we call it as a multi-level inheritance. So properties of class A are accessible to class B and properties of class B are now accessible to class A. So if this is the concept, then we call it as a multi-level inheritance. See, this is one simple example of multi-level inheritance. What here is taken, see, class A is taken. Inside class A there is one method called as void display. Then class B is taken and extends A. This means we are inheriting the features of class A, and the class B method is void display 2. Similarly, one class C is taken and it is extending its previous class, that is class B, and it has its own method called as void display 3. Now a new class is taken, main class called as class final, and inside that the object of latest derived class is created. So class C is my latest derived class. So C object is created, and with the help of that object, we have given a call to display 1 method, display 2 method, and display 3 method. So this is the concept of multi-level inheritance. So next is hierarchical inheritance. So we'll see what is this hierarchical inheritance. Now in hierarchical, multiple classes are inherited from single class. Means what? Now see, here I have a class A. Now there are two another class. One is class B and another is class C. Now class B is inheriting the features of class A, and similarly class C is also inheriting the features of class A. Means there are two different derived classes, and that two different derived classes are accessing the same class. If this is the concept, we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. For example, let's take a class mother. So mother is the base class, and from that two new classes are created. One is daughter and another is son. Now daughter has a property called as name, surname, and gender, and similarly son has a property called as name, age, surname, and gender, and a class A has a property surname. So what we will do, a daughter will access a surname property from mother class, and son will also access a surname property from mother class. This means there are two different classes who are accessing the one single class, that is mother class, for a property called as surname. So surname will be accessible for daughter also and son also. But there is no any similarity between daughter and son. Means we are not accessing anything between daughter and son. So this concept we call it as a hierarchical class. So here also in this example, B and C cannot access properties of each other. B will only access property of class A and C will only access property of class A. So there is no any access properties of B and C. Means B and C cannot access each other. Okay. If this is the concept, we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. Let me show you one program also of hierarchical. See, this is the example of hierarchical inheritance. Example is this, like we have a class called as human, that is a base class, and there are two new classes, engineer and doctor. Now in the class human we have two methods called as work and eat. Now engineer class is extending the features of human class, and similarly doctor is also extending a human class features. Now what we'll do, we will create two new objects of each other, means engineer class and a doctor class, and with the help of that object we will give a call to that functions of human class. So this is the example of hierarchical inheritance. I hope you are understanding this hierarchical inheritance. So this is the one type of hierarchical class. Again, a simple example is shown in this slide. Parent class is there, child class 1 is there, child class 2 is there. So if you could see the code, class parent is there, and class child 1 extends parent, and even child 2 is also extending parent. This concept we call it as a hierarchical inheritance. This is also an example of hierarchical inheritance. Okay. So we have seen the three types of inheritance, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So this chart shows all the three inheritance with flow chart and a syntax. If you want, you can screenshot this. So these are the three types of inheritance we have seen till now: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance. So if you want to take the features of other class, then we use the keyword called as extends. Okay, so next type is multiple inheritance. Next type in Java programming, we have multiple inheritance. So what is multiple inheritance? It is opposite of hierarchical inheritance. Like there will be two base class. Okay, there will be two base class and one derived class. This means class A and B will be my base class and class C is my derived class. Now the C class will access some features of class A and some features of class B. So if this is the case, we call it as a multiple inheritance. For example, there is mother and father. So mother and father is the base class and daughter is the derived class. So this is the concept of multiple inheritance. And the last type of types of inheritance is hybrid inheritance. Now we have already seen single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and the fifth one is hybrid inheritance. Now we will see what is this hybrid inheritance. So hybrid inheritance, it is a combination of more than one type of inheritance. So if there are more than one or two inheritance mixing or type of inheritance mixing, then we call it as a hybrid inheritance. It is a combination of more than one type of inheritance. Now, in this image, you will observe that there is a parent class. It is a base class. Then there are two new class. One is child class 1, another is child class 2. Now, this child class 1 is accessing the properties of parent class. Similarly, child class 2 is also accessing the properties of parent class. So this is which type of inheritance? If two separate classes are accessing the same class, then this is which type of inheritance? It is hierarchical inheritance. Okay, there are two new different derived classes and they are accessing the same class. So this type is hierarchical inheritance. Now, see, there are child class 1, child class 2, and there is another derived class, that is grandchild class. Means this grandchild class is now accessing a property of child class 1 and child class 2. If this is the case, then this type of inheritance is called as, yes, what we call multiple inheritance, right? So it is called as multiple inheritance. Similarly, parent class is there, child class 1 is there, grandchild is there. Okay, see this one. So if this is the case, that is grandchild class is accessing the features of child class 1 and child class 1 is now accessing the features of parent class 1. So if this is the case, that grandchild is accessing the previous class child class 1 and child class 1 is the accessing the features of parent class. So if this is the case, we call it as a multi-level inheritance. So if you could observe this, there are mixing of inheritance. There is hierarchical inheritance, there is multiple inheritance, there is multi-level inheritance, there is single inheritance. So if there are combinations, then we call it as a hybrid inheritance. So here we are completed with the 5 types of inheritance. That is, see, these are the 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So this is the single inheritance where only one class is derived from other class. In the multi-level inheritance, there could be many class, but it could only extend its previous class only. That is the latest previous class. Means class C is will access the class B and class B will access class A. Class C will cannot access directly class A in multi-level. In hierarchical inheritance, there will be one base class and there will be multiple derived class. So derived class, there will be no any connection between the derived class, but the derived class will access the same base class. So this concept is hierarchical inheritance. And then we have multiple inheritance, where there will be two base class and one derived class. So the class A and class B are the base class and class C is the derived class. This means class C is accessing the features of class A and also class C is accessing the features of class B. But there is no any connection between class A and class B. So this type we call it as a multiple inheritance. And then we have hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance, as we know, it is the combination of multiple inheritance. Multiple means various inheritance. Okay, it is a combination of various inheritance. So we call it as a hybrid inheritance. So today in this session, we have covered these 5 types of inheritance, that is single inheritance, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, and hybrid inheritance. Now, these first 3 inheritance, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance can access the properties of other class with the help of extends keyword. But this multiple and hybrid class requires the concept called as implement or interface. Okay, this multiple and hybrid inheritance required a concept called as interface. With only with the extend keyword we cannot access this. We have in Java programming we have another concept called as interface, and what is interface we are going to study it into the next lecture. But just remember, first three types of inheritance, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchical inheritance, can be accessed with the help of extend keyword, and the other two inheritance, that is multiple and hybrid inheritance, required interface, concept of interface. So what is this interface? We are going to study it into the next lecture. So I hope you all have understood this inheritance concept.